Early in the morning.
What's going on, the people? It's your boy Cam Topical Juice, and we are back with a very interesting video today, guys. As you can see from the title, the Tory Lanez versus Meg the Stallion trial has officially begun. Now, officially, it's actually Tory Lanez versus the state of California, and Meg is just a witness. But Meg is obviously the victim in the story, so she's the one that's pursuing this, etc., etc. And I believe she's actually going to be called to the stand today. So I'm going to be covering this trial from start to finish. I've been watching this religiously since it started, and I've actually been following this for about a year now. Really been reading up on the evidence, been reading up on what's been going on. And I'm going to come out and say that I don't believe Tory shot Meg. A lot of people are going to be pissed off at this video because a lot of people have a lot of bias, okay? A lot of people don't like to look at evidence, don't like to look at the facts. Now, I don't know what happened that day, but I've got a very clear picture, and I'm gonna explain it all. I'm gonna explain the trial, I'm gonna explain the evidence, I'm gonna explain what the prosecution is bringing to the table, and I'm gonna explain what the defendant is bringing to the table, and I'm gonna tell you what happened. Now, guys, this has nothing to do with man versus women. I don't give a fuck about that. Like, I've really racked up a lot of credit in the eyes of women on my YouTube channel. I have ridden for women, especially black women, since the start. You understand? So this ain't nothing about men versus women. This is not about, oh, we should just believe black women and we should believe women. No. We're not gonna do that here. I remember when the shooting actually first happened, I cancelled Tory Lanez. I really like Tory Lanez in it. So you could argue that I'm biased, but I'm not. I've showed I'm not. I've got evidence. All my videos show I'm not. I've literally got evidence proving that people that I like, I cancel. R. Kelly, loved him, cancelled. Noel Clark, loved him, cancelled. Facts. When Tory allegedly shot Meg, I cancelled him. But then when the evidence started to come out, I'm thinking, rah, maybe I was a bit rash. So this has nothing to do with that. So I know Meg is a symbol for all this new age women, and we're boss bitches and we can fuck around, and I bounce on this dick, and you know what I'm saying, and hot girl summer, and we're bosses, and you know, I get it. Meg is the almost like a new age Beyonce. She's obviously not as classy, but she's like the new age sexually liberated Beyonce. She connects with a lot of women. I get it. Meg's popular, I do. But luckily, I don't give a shit about Meg, so I can actually see this for what it is. Yeah, this video is going to be quite long, I'm not going to lie to you. It might be 20 plus minutes, so sit back, get your hot chocolate ready, and relax, because boy, we're going to get into this. So like the video for me, hit the bell to be notified for me, press that subscribe button for me, and of course, if you want to support your boy's merchandise, it's in the description below. Yesterday, the trial began, and they began with their opening statements. And as I said a minute ago, Meg is allegedly taking the stand today. If I was her prosecution team, I would keep Meg off the stand, because the holes and flaws in her narrative are gaping. Tory's lawyer will have a field day with her and tear her apart, I believe. So let's begin by discussing what the prosecution have alleged happened. Now, the first thing the prosecution said is actually Meg and Tory did have a romantic relationship. They actually brought that to the table first, and I'm glad they did get ahead of that, because boy, Tory's lawyer would have absolutely obliterated Meg on the stand. So they admitted that Tory and Meg did have an intimate relationship, which categorically goes against her Gayle King interview.
Yeah. Megan, did you have a sexual relationship with Tory Lanez? Yes, that's my question.
I didn't have a sexual relationship with Tory.
They came out and admitted that they did have an intimate relationship, which means, boy, she's a proven liar now. That's the first thing. But anyway, cool. So they came out and said Meg and Tory had an intimate relationship. They left Kylie Jenner's party, and that's where they start the story. They don't discuss what happened at Kylie Jenner's party, which is key to the overall narrative, but they begin by saying they left Kylie Jenner's party. They were all intoxicated. An argument broke out. According to the prosecution, Meg then said something about Tory's music ability, or he's a trash rapper or artist or whatever, which I believe probably happened. I believe when they were beefing and arguing, you know how girls can be, you know, they want to touch a nerve, they want to hurt you. You can be like, you know, why are you feeling yourself? You ain't even that good or whatever. I believe that happened. But then they allege that's the reason why Tory shot her. Meg said, listen, you're a trash rapper, whatever. She then gets out the car. He then allegedly gets out the window with the gun and shoots at her feet, but not before saying, dance, bitch, dance. Sorry, this is like a This is like a movie. This is like a scene from a movie. So he gets out the window and goes, dance, bitch, dance. Boom, 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 boom. Shoots her 5 times allegedly. Bearing in mind, she couldn't see because her back was turned. Bearing in mind, no one else heard the dance, bitch, dance. Bearing in mind, the gun residue was on multiple people. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So that's what the prosecution alleged happened. Now, let's get to the defense. The defense are basically arguing that Tory did not shoot Meg, and he was ultimately trying to protect Meg from the altercation that ensued between Kelsey and Meg. But he's basically saying that Tory did not shoot, that he didn't discharge the gun. It was basically Kelsey who discharged the gun, and it was a group argument type thing. So they allege Meg invited Tory to Kylie's. This is key. I have to give you the context because the context is so key. Both girls were quote unquote belligerently drunk from multiple sources. So before Tory got there, Kelsey had passed out at Kylie's. So Kelsey is that drunk, she's already passed out. Tory arrives on his own, with his bodyguard. They're chilling in the party, they're chilling. Him, Kylie, and Meg all go in the pool. That is validated through the Instagram live. You can see the narrative, there's paper trail, they're in the pool. Meg is clearly drunk in that Instagram live, by the way, very drunk, slurring her words. I know what drunk looks like. My eyes glaze over a lot when I lose control. I feel like I relate to Meg quite a lot actually, because she clearly doesn't know how to handle her liquor the same way I can't. So what the defense is saying is that Tory was feeling Kylie. That's what it was. He's admitted it. Look on your screens right now. He admitted this back in the album in 2020. He literally said, next time the pool with you and Kylie, hopped in it, coolin' nigga wildin'. She was looking like a fucking angel, looking like a baby in a manger. Hop step went to the car. And in the brackets, motherfucker, but bitch, you got me fucked up. And that's meant to be Meg the Stallion. Me and Kylie still off in the pool. We just chillin', kicking, shit was cool. Both of us ain't know that you was trippin'. Even though I got a crush on Kylie, I would've left with you if I knew that you was dipping. For the simple reason you invited me, but I can't, that shawty didn't excite me. My head took a wrong turn that night. Well, not the turn that everybody think. I'm rapping, you can call me Tory Juice. You can call me Cam Lanez. You know what I'm saying? He's telling you right here what happened. He was feeling Kylie. The reason why feeling Kylie is a problem is because Tory was fucking Kelsey and Meg was fucking Tory behind Kelsey's back. Are we starting to see the narrative here? It's a love triangle. Tory had been pressing Kelsey, right, for a few weeks, a few months, whatever it was. Meg, they're meant to be best friends, also started fucking with Tory. So they're both fucking with Tory, and at the same party, he's feeling Kylie. He's just trying to be a player. He's trying to juggle a lot of things. Allegedly, according to DJ Academics and his sources and sources at the party, e.g. Kylie's assistant, Kylie Jenner's assistant herself, she claims that they were all absolutely burst. You understand? They were drunk, they were ratchet, they were moving wild, so Kylie booted them out. Kylie said to the bodyguard, allegedly, listen, they've got to go. Feel me, Tory, all of them, Meg, wherever. I mean, she might not have said Tory, but Tory ended up leaving with Meg and Kelsey. So it's beef now, do you understand? People are hot, it's hot and heavy. I'm painting the picture for you. It's hot and heavy, there's tension in the car. You've got Tory's bodyguard, you've got Tory in the front seat, you've got Meg in the back seat, and you've got Kelsey in the back left seat. Proven by the police report and the video of them getting out of the car, you understand? They then argue, will we ever talk about this? Will we ever console again? Or will we keep on acting like I put you in danger and some pain? And when you hopped back in that car with me, you knew everything was safe. So what that part there is, before the whole shooting occurred, Meg got out the car. So she was in her bikini walking around Sunset Boulevard, drunk. Do you understand? She's being a diva, being toxic, whatever. She said, stop the car, I'm getting out. I'm walking home. In her bikini, guys. Tory, allegedly, I think one of the witnesses, or there's some sort of evidence, maybe from a dash cam or something, of him consoling Meg, get in the car. You know what I'm saying? Relax, we can sort this. She gets back in the car, that's what he says in the song. Of course, they're arguing. Tory allegedly says to Kelsey, or whatever, why are you backing Meg? Why are you backing Meg? She's a snake. She's the one that, I'm fucking with Meg and you. Not only that, the baby who you were fucking with before, Meg fucked him. Ben Simmons, who you were fucking with before, Meg fucked him. So Kelsey's obviously getting hot and heavy, like, rah, actually, you're making a valid point. That's basically what the defense is saying. And an argument then ensued with Meg and Kelsey. Now, the evidence to support this. There is an eyewitness at the scene who can vouch that there was two women physically fighting. So there was an altercation between two women. Boom. 2, the muzzle flash. The flash from the gun came from another eyewitness, came from the side of the car that had Kelsey in it. Yeah? Had the side of the car that had Kelsey in it. That's a different side to where Tory was at, and a different part of the car. Gun residue was found on Kelsey. Now, allegedly, some gun residue was found. So some reports, I'm a bit confused. This is the only bit I'm confused with. Some reports are saying gun residue was found on Tory as well. But some saying that it was none. There was no DNA found on the gun from Tory. It was inconclusive. But there was 4 DNA found on the gun at the night. 4 people, 4 DNA on the gun. Tory's was inconclusive. Kelsey's was conclusive. So Kelsey's gun was on the DNA. Gunpowder was on her. And allegedly Tory. Let's say it was on Tory as well. And then they didn't run tests on Meg. Now, they should have ran tests on Meg, because they may have found that her DNA was on the gun as well, because it may have been a grapple. You never know. The evidence is too holy. In one breath, Meg's saying that she got cut by glass. Then she was saying that her back was turned, so she didn't even know who shot her. No one's disputing Meg got shot. Meg got shot not by the bullet themselves, by the fragments. So no bullet touched Meg. Fact. In terms of like directly. Again, allegedly, because the bullet fragments that they found in her foot, they're somehow gone. You understand? They've somehow disappeared. Now, maybe this is police malpractice. Maybe this is foul play by the police. Who knows? But those alleged fragments that were in her foot, they're nowhere to be found. But anyway, I believe she got shot. But I don't know about where the fragments are. I do believe she got shot. But I believe, right, there was a tussle. I believe, because there was a physical fight between Meg and Thingy. Actually, before I get to that, the prosecution added another element to the story. They said that after Tory shot Meg, Meg walked away to get help, knocking on doors or something, and then Kelsey approached Meg. Tory then approached Kelsey and punched her in the face and dragged her hair. That's what the prosecution are now alleging as well. There was no charges of assault and battery. There was no narrative of Tory punching her before the opening statements. There was no evidence of messy hair or a black eye or bruised face when the police found her. This is all statements, by the way. So where are they getting this from? They're basically alleging that he shot Meg's foot, and then when Kelsey tried to help, he went, nah, bun that, and pulled her hair. There was no evidence. Not to mention that the morning after, 5 hours after, Tory called them. Tory called Kelsey and stuff. Why would she answer the phone of this? Like the conversation they had, the taped conversation, was literally saying stuff like he apologized for how it went down in the night, but he never apologized for shooting no one. They're trying to use evidence, the prosecution are trying to use evidence of the fact that Kelsey texted Meg's bodyguard saying help, or Tory shot Meg 911 or something like that, but has never claimed that Tory shot Meg afterwards until today. Not to mention, apparently when the police came, she was visibly distressed, and Tory was heard on the dash cam calming her down, saying, listen, they don't know anything, calm down, innit? Like almost like easing her worries that, don't worry, you'll be fine type thing. You understand? So what I think's happened here is there's been a tussle for the gun. Well, they're clearly all arguing. It's heated. Tory is in the middle of a love triangle. He's moving to Kylie. They're all hot and heavy. Kelsey's mad that Meg has fucked another one of her, like the people that she's fucking with, and there's been an altercation, and the gun has discharged. Obviously, it's discharged a few times. There's been a tussle, boom, 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 and it's deflected, it's ricocheted off the ground, and shrapnel has hit Meg. So I do believe it happened, but Meg was belligerently drunk and was anti-Tory. Didn't see a damn thing. She doesn't know what happened that night. That's the thing. Clearly, they actually were an item. She categorically said they weren't. So what's gonna happen is they're gonna pick apart her case. They're gonna pick apart her character. I firmly believe that Tory will get found innocent, because in the court of law, all it is reasonable doubt. I've given you multiple evidence of how her story originally doesn't match up with the one that she's pushing now. Not once did they ever say that Tory punched Kelsey. Not to mention, guys, why has Kelsey not spoken to Meg in 2 years? Yeah. Kelsey even dropped a diss song against Meg, guys. Like, as in, if they didn't argue, why is her best friend not speaking to her for 2 years, and then dropped a diss song afterwards. She dropped a diss song to Meg Thee Stallion. In that diss song, she's claiming, you claimed Tory paid me off. That's a lie. So that whole lie about, you paid $1 million to stay quiet, whatever. Her best friend disputes that 2 years ago in a freestyle diss to Meg Thee Stallion. You're out here sucking dick. You're all these people before me. Like, she's exposing her best friend. Yeah? Now, the reason why I believe the best friend is now backing Meg in the case is because, one, she probably did it, yeah, and two, she's most likely got immunity. The prosecution probably said, because it's a prosecution against Tory Lanez, it's not Meg against Tory, it's prosecution against Tory. They probably said, listen, we will give you immunity. Yeah, we don't know what's happened here. The story's a bit mad, but if you back Meg's story and you testify, we'll give you immunity. That's what the judicial system is. That's how it works. If you go along with the narrative that they tell you, we'll give you immunity. When Tory provides the evidence that it was probably Kelsey, she could get prosecuted. Like, why you not prosecuting? Why are you prosecuting me? You can prosecute her. But if she signs the immunity deal, she won't get prosecuted. As long as you ride and defend Meg and go up on the stand and say, this is what Tory did, this is the narrative. DJ Academics was the first person that put this forward. I agree with DJ Academics that she's probably got a deal of immunity. So when she does get exposed as probably being the most likely shooter, she won't get prosecuted for it. So what will happen is that due to reasonable doubt, Tory will get found not guilty, I believe. And it will just fall through. It might be it'll probably be a hung jury, actually. It might be a hung jury, and he'll eventually just be acquitted of the charges. Because, bro, they even tried to give him a plea deal last week before the trial. They said, you know what? You'll only do a year if you just plead guilty to having the gun. The gun's yours, or discharging the gun accidentally, or something like that, whatever it was. He said no, because he's taking this to trial, because he thinks they know they can beat it. You understand? It's flawed, because if he accepts the plea deal, in the eyes of social media, in the eyes of society, he did it. If he takes a plea deal, he did it. His career will never be the same. I truly believe he didn't shoot Meg. I believe there was a tussle. Whatever happened, there was an argument between all three. Kelsey's probably drawn for the strap. He's probably grabbed it, and it's gone off 5 times or whatever. They only found four case shows, but it's gone off 5 times. I don't believe for a second Tory, the person that he allegedly, he was falling for Meg apparently. According to, if you listen to the album, he really goes into detail about how they didn't start off romantic. They started off as friends, but spending time together, growing a bond over their parents dying, all this, they grew to have feelings. You understand? So I don't believe a man would I just don't believe he would do that. Do you understand? So like, it doesn't make sense. The story doesn't make sense. Tory's story has not changed. From the jump, from the little bits, nuggets he's told us, his story has been consistent. And they're the type of things that I look for. Meg's story has changed every single time. She initially said she was cut by glass. Even doctors validated she was cut by glass. She then said she was shot. She then said she didn't know who shot her, but then she said Tory shot her. She then said she had no idea because her back was turned. She then said Tory was over the top of the car window in the back seat. But he was in the front seat. It's not making sense. She was drunk. She doesn't know what happened. You understand? Not to mention, she had a part to play in it. Her and Kelsey got into it. She categorically lied on national television, saying that to Gayle King's face that there was no intimate relationship. If she can lie to say that didn't happen, what else can she lie about, guys? As I said, this has got nothing to do with men versus women, believe black women. I ain't trying to hear it. I'm looking at the evidence, the facts, and the holes in the story. You understand? I'm not Tory, I'm not biased to Tory. But if and when it comes out that Tory didn't do this, and the more evidence is coming to light that actually Meg had a bigger part to play in this, and Kelsey probably was the one that did it, all these things, I would like to see Meg's career go completely downhill. I'd like to see her maybe even, in fact, I'd like to see her go jail. If you're coming out and you don't even know the whole story yourself, or you're lying on a man saying that Tory shot you, or you're coming on Instagram live, you shot me. Categorically saying, I don't know why he shot me. I don't know. You would know why someone shot you. You don't just say, I don't know, he just shot me. I fear for my... It's not making sense. It's not making sense. Let's be real here. Like, I believe you did get shot by the fragments from the deflect, but I believe she should go jail. And the reason she won't is because, she's backed by Rock Nation, she's powerful, this, that, and the other. But, bro, the only reason she got all those awards was for the sympathy vote. She ain't that talented. She got the sympathy vote for all these awards because they believed she got shot by Tory, as in intentionally. And I just don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people in my comment section are going to be, how can you not believe Meg? How can you not believe Meg? This is the problem. Tory, fam, look at that. Bro, the evidence, it don't look good. And at the end of the day, it's what you can prove in court. there's so many holes in her story that they're gonna take her apart. You know what I'm saying? So listen, let me know your thoughts, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and what the hell do I know, man? Even though I've got sources everywhere, I'm just a man in his 20s. Peace.